Hey there, friends. Hope you're all doing well this week. Just 2 more days till Christmas if you're celebrating Christmas. And it is nice and chilly here in lower Alabama, so I've been enjoying that for 3 or 4 days now. But anyhow, today I just kind of thought I would talk about a little bit of plant based food prep for lazy people such as myself. I've told you guys many, many times before I'm pretty lazy when it comes to making food, but in the new year, I've got a couple of projects I'm going to be working on, and I want to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house to work so I can focus a little bit more. I've gotten, to be honest with you, quite stale being in this house all the time. So I'm going to post up in our public library, probably a coffee shop here and there, and just, get out. So I don't need to spend so much time with my food. And last week I did something and I kind of just started thinking, well, this would be really easy. Now, I'm not one of those people. It actually makes me start twitching when I see these people on social media that have little plastic things and they literally portion out their meals for the week. Now, I'm not knocking that because there's some people, they have very busy schedules. They work in hospitals. They have to drop kids off, go to work, do this, that, and the other. So it makes a lot of sense for them. I don't need to go to that level, but I started thinking there's probably other people out there like me that aren't going to go to that level, but do need to do a little bit of planning. So what I did last week, and just take what you can use out of this. I'm not saying you're going to do the same exact thing, but you might see something I'm talking about and go, oh, well, I could do such and such with such and such. But anyhow, normally, I'll cook. I have beans all the time. I buy them dry, I soak them, and I cook them. And I keep those around, and that'll last me 3 days. Well, last week I doubled up. I did a soup. In fact, that soup was really good. It was a lentil stew. And I also cooked a pot of black beans. So basically, I've got 2 pounds because I used a pound of lentils in the lentil stew, and I used a pound of black beans to make the black beans. So right there, I've got about 5 or 6 days worth of bean servings and stuff right there. So I started thinking, okay, how could I add to that a little bit? Make that. Okay, I've got that for the week. I've got all my beans for the week. Make a pot of rice. Put that to the side. I've got, so already there, I've got a lot of the makings for those bowls that I like. Say on a Sunday afternoon or when you do your prep, bake 4 or 5 sweet potatoes at one time, or that's what I like, so I bake 4 or 5 sweet potatoes. Now to fill in the gaps there, all I would do is I would, make sure I have a couple of bags of kale from the grocery store. I would probably buy 2 or 3, 4 heads of lettuce, probably 2 or 3 heads. I don't like to waste and let stuff go bad. And maybe, wash it, clean it, get it prepped for salads a day ahead of time. And just start thinking about little things like that you can do, that you can just reach into it. In other words, right now, I'm hungry. I'm able to get into my refrigerator, do a few things, and very quickly have my food ready to eat. Or packing it on the go. I probably won't be packing food much on the go, but if I want to, I can. Same thing with your fruit. Same thing with other produce. Bananas. Buy a whole bunch of bananas at one time. Freeze bananas. You can use those in the morning. But just little tricks like that. Like I said, I'm specifically speaking to the lazy people today, not you planners out there. Just think about the things that you eat on a regular basis. Think about how your normal pattern of eating, and just think about how you can easily, make stuff to where you don't have to every single day cook something or prepare some food. Where you're able to do that, where you're able just to go to the refrigerator and just put the things together instead of having to do so much preparation with them. So, that's pretty easy. And like I say, I'm kind of even tired of spending the amount of time that I do in the kitchen. I like the idea of doing that. It was nice over the course of the weekend because, I would just be like, what do I want? Do I want soup or do I want black beans? And I had that choice. I had that alternative. If you like those bowls that I make, take your lettuce, go ahead and put it in the food processor. That's how I shred my lettuce. Have tomatoes, have avocados. You could easily, within an afternoon's prep, have 4 or 5 of those bowls ready for the week, or you could have legumes with your sweet potatoes, or you could do things like, make a batch of hummus. That's something else that you might want to throw in there. Make a batch or two of hummus for the week. That makes such a great topping, as I shared in one of my recent videos, for your salads. But it doesn't have to be, too thought out. So anyhow, like I say, this is just going to kind of be a light week. I probably won't put out as many videos as normal. Like I say, if you're celebrating the holidays, safe travels, keep it safe out there, stay warm. And anyhow, love you guys and appreciate all the support. Peace.